The following content is not meant for children. Hello, and welcome everyone. I am Maester Aelix, and this is Aelix's Stellaris Empires, and today we're in for a treat, because this is actually a part 1. I like putting headcanon to things. This is where something's going to start, and it's going to be fun. So, let's go on with the meme-tastic group, the Grig'Nak Assembly. So first off, we're going to appearance, and I decided to go with lithoids, and I really liked these big rock monster ones, because if you know where Grig'Nak comes from, it's a giant rock monster, and none of these really encapsulate the look as much as this one does. So that's really fun, and Grig'Nak. Moving on. Species name, Grig'Nak. I decided to play around with the adjectives and plurals, so it is a Grig'Nak, they're a group of Grig'Naki, and you Grig'Naku something. I didn't put in a biography because this was honestly just made as a test bed one day, and it's kind of fun, and the more fun part comes in part 2, which once that comes out, I'll put a link to it in this video. So, moving on, the name. We went with lithoid number 4 because it's just these long, beautiful Grapen Shar Octen, Rutheth Shar Mangan, and the like. It just feels very lovely, and there's not that the other ones are bad, but this one I think is best, at least for these guys. And now onto the really good stuff, traits. Alright, so they are lithoids, so they consume minerals instead of food, and they have a pop growth penalty, habitability up, army health is up, and leader lifespan is up. So leader lifespan is really nice. I made them intelligent, because science is good, natural engineers, because reasons explained later? Okay, I'll explain it now. The point of these guys is to go for the technological ascension, and they've a lot of things to help them with that, and natural engineer is one of them. And I put wasteful because since we don't really need to worry about food, and we're making a lot of minerals anyway, making consumer goods is less difficult. Moving on. I went with a Tundra world because it looks so good with all the other lithoid stuff. It just seems to blend in the best. Homeworld name, this was a whole bunch of random, and it was fine. And I'm actually really okay with all of this being random. It's not that important in this particular build. And of course we went with the lithoid cities, which are these, giant crystals coming out of the ground, which is awesome. And with the origin, I went with Mechanist, so we're already on our way to refining ourselves from raw ore into refined metals. We start with 8 pops being robots, and with the technology and infrastructure to build more. Robot upkeep is down by 5%, and all you have to be is some level of materialist and not have a good Gestalt consciousness. Which is an excellent segue to government and ethics. I went with Fanatic Materialist to get that robot upkeep down any further, and more research speed, because being smart is good. We went with Egalitarian because Specialist, the influence gain is okay, but the Specialist pop resource output is the main thing, because scientists are a specialist pop, so more science, more good. Technocracy. The Capitol building replaces some administrators with science directors, and researchers also output Unity. So you don't need to build those Unity buildings to start, you build more science labs, which keys off this, and more science, more better. And then I went with Meritocracy, because leader level cap +1 and specialist pop resource output +10%, which is, high. We get better scientists, better leaders, and they put out more science, which puts out more science, which puts out more science. Can you see where they're going? And I went democratic because I think, this one had to be democratic or oligarchic, and I figured, why not democracy? One thing is, if you do pick democracy or oligarchy when you elect your leader, if you fulfill their requirements like, hey, we need to build 5 more science outposts or increase our energy output by 20. If you do that, you'll just get yourself more Unity, and Unity is very important to getting those Ascension perks. But that's also why I have Technocracy. So, moving on. Advisor voice. We went full Lithoids on this, so...
Rubble it in, why don't you?
Thank you, Optimus Prime. That was a lovely pun.
Rubble it in, why don't you?
And of course, you repeat yourself. Empire name, we're the Grig'Nak Assembly. You get it? You get it? We're assembling ourselves. And moving on with the flag. I like the robot arm and tool. It just really, to me, indicates, yep, these guys are really, really machine-based, and that's awesome. And the split is really fun. You got a lot of blue in the background in the city, so the blue here, and then you got your, dark stone also matching the background, and space, and it really does make your ships look pretty cool with this particular collection of blue and black. And of course, lithoid ships, which is just delicious. And with our ruler, I went with color variant 2 and room 21. Room 21 is basically the lithoid room. I mean, obviously. And then color variant 2, you get the blue that just ties it all together. And I'm really, really happy with these guys, and they play so good. Having all that science output at the start just really elevates you. So even though you may not be war focused, if you do need to get into a war, having the superior technology is really nice. And having the superior technology will make people want to put in research grants and other things with you. And it just works out nice. When you're very smart, people like you. The only people who won't like you are the ones who like, what? Materialists? No! The spiritualists are not going to like you. And the authoritarians are not going to like you so much because you're egalitarian. You can definitely try. And later in the game, when you work on getting a third one of these, functional architecture works nice. That saves you money. Of course, Beacon of Liberty, monthly Unity up, always good. Especially since we're trying for Ascensions. There's a lot of really good options. I would say those are my 2 favorite. Because, Diplomatic Corps if you're having trouble with the diplomacy. So, go with those. That will work. And now, with that being said, since I said this is a part 1, later, just for a preview for next one in the series at least, when they ascend themselves, they are going to become the Synthocron Multiplex. See? They used to be lithoids. Well, with that being said, I really hope you're enjoying this series. If you do, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that usual YouTube stuff. And check out the links down below, because that's where I have all my really good stuff, including my Discord server, where I, hang out with you and give you your own personal hello upon entry. And with that being said, I shall see you all next time.